even if it does go that way and the ballots stand as they do, I assure all residents that I will continue to fight for, or I should say, continue to fight for the opposition to oppose the Class B recycle facility. After walking around and meeting the people who live right near the facility, it would be a disaster, not only for the residents who live nearby, but for the entire town. Between the pollution, the environment, the traffic, the noise, it will be a total disaster. So I will just keep fighting regardless of what happens. At this time, John, I didn't see you before. Our engineer's report.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. I'd like to start our engineer's report talking about Alleman Brook. Unfortunately, as of today, Boswell was unable to submit the documents to the DEP. I had given the public, the council, the governing body, and especially Charlie DePalma, the assurance that it would be done by today. So I apologize to all. We are working diligently on getting it done. I expect it to be submitted to the DEP next month by the end of December. If any members of the council wish to query me on this unfortunate estimate that I give, we do it now or under old business. But if the council does not want to query me, I'll move on to some other items.
Well, I would like to query you. So we're revising the date another 30 days. Originally, we wrote 30 days. And first of all, appreciate the apology and the acknowledgement of the impact on the resident. So what commitment level can you give us that will be done and out the door by December 30th? I mean, this has been dragging along. So we've moved 30 days. You're asking for another 30 days. And we have holidays. We have basically 4 weeks left of work in the year. Is there, what type of guaranteed commitment can you give that this will be ready by the end of the year?
Council President Saliani, I've talked again with Kevin Boswell, my environmental group. We discussed the incident and the bad original estimates, and that the guarantee is from the highest levels of Boswell Engineering.
Thank you.
What can we expect?
And what about the bids for Bush Plaza?
Bids for Bush Plaza, just before this meeting, I sent the advertisement to Rich to be in the newspaper. We'll be accepting bids on November 30th.
And there are some driveways after some paving. Is that under control?
Yes, I was working on that actively today. We'll be setting a date for 101 Walnut to correct the driveway there. We have 2 driveways with regard to the sidewalk project on Rampo Valley Road, where I'm getting updating pricing from the contractor that originally performed the work. That contract is still open. I discussed it with the contractor today, and he will be updating his price. It's the original scheme that we had talked about way back in June, July, and then we had a lot of complications by various factions that complicated the matter. So we're back to the original scheme that was proposed back in July, and we're pushing to get that done, obviously, before the weather gets too cold.
Is this a change order for the 202 project?
This would be a change order, yes.
And why wasn't that part of the original scope?
It wasn't part of the original scope because the conditions at the site were not conveyed correctly on the plans, and also we had to make provisions for existing conditions there and the steepness of the grade at the driveway. This is at the northern part by where Carl Kazmazak's office is, at that location there.
Okay, so when you say the conditions were conceived properly, was it an oversight on Boswell, or is that what happened?
I would say yes. It was an oversight on us.
Okay.
Anything else?
Can I move on to some good news? Hiawatha Boulevard was successfully paved today from Franklin Avenue all the way up to Calumet. Bids are due on November 21st for the replacement of the Patriots Way Bridge. We've had 7 to 8 big bridge contractors pick those up. So we're expecting a very competitive bid on November 21st. PFAS and the wells, the Calgon units are scheduled to be delivered the short week of Thanksgiving, that Monday before Thanksgiving and Tuesday before Thanksgiving. I saw the confirmation that they'll be delivered to the site. Contractor will also getting deliveries for piping. The sites are ready for the piping and for the Calgon units. So we are still on schedule for that completion in February of 2024.
Is there preparatory work that we have to do on site?
That is being done right now.
Okay,
It's just about completed. The concrete slabs have been poured, and they'll be cured adequately to accept the units when they arrive that week in a couple of weeks from now, a week and a half or so.
Good, thank you.
I have nothing else, Mayor, at this time.
What about the
Okay.
weight limit on the bridge?
Weight limit on the bridge, unfortunately, I got news from the state, and they want the 3 tons to remain.
That was in the email that was sent out.
That was an email that was sent out. We are now working, I have to work with them to try and find a way to get de-icing and snow clearing vehicles on the bridge, because those vehicles weigh more than the 3-ton limit. So I'll be working with the state on finding ways. There are particular areas of the bridge that have this 3-ton limit, and if we could cordon the right areas when we do snow clearing, we could, I think we could allow a heavier truck only for public use to be able to salt the bridge, to keep it over during the winter months.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mayor.
Motion to open to the public.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone wish to speak? Motion to close.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Approval of minutes, October 25th, 2023. Did everybody read the minutes?
Motion?
Second.
Any corrections or additions? If not, roll call.
Councilman Kamala?
Yes.
McCann?
Yes.
Pignatelli?
Yes.
Saliani?
Abstain.
Slisinski?
Yes.
Talamini?
Yes.
There are minutes from the October 25th, 2023 executive session. If there's going to be any discussion, it must be done during executive session. There are motions to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Will there be any discussion?
Mayor, I just note as they were amended in executive session.
Correct, thank you. Roll call.
Councilman Kamala?
Yes.
McCann?
Yes.
Pignatelli?
Yes.
Saliani?
Abstain.
Slisinski?
Yes.
Talamini?
Yes.
Special announcements. Request for a banner placement at Bush Plaza for Oakland Fathers Club for pictures with Santa from November 9th, that's tomorrow, to December 4th, 2023. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
I
Now,
need-
are you
Mayor-
opposed?
Mayor, I need to abstain as I'm a member of the Fathers
Oh,
Club.
okay, I was wondering if you were opposing.
No.
No.
I put it in the request, I just can't.
Oh, okay.
They'd take his card away if he did.
All right, the next one is to authorize the raffle license, RL, raffle license 1469 for the PTA Midland Park Elementary School for raffle on November 18th, 2023 at Holiday Bowl, 29 Spruce Street in Oakland, for the benefit of the Midland Park PTA.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolutions. Twenty-three, 317, award bid to Conquest for water main improvements to Lakeside Boulevard. Conquest has submitted the lowest responsive bid, $589,106. And the administrator, engineer, and attorney have reviewed the bids, and our CFO has certified that funds are available. 23, 23-318, award contract to Boswell Engineering Seminole Construction Management. And this is for the inspection services for the improvements to Seminole Avenue, Phase 3, from Calumet to Hiawatha Boulevard. Total cost not to exceed $29,000, and our CFO has certified funds are available. 23-319, authorized grant agreement from Jerome Avenue Sewer Improvement. And it is a grant agreement with the County of Bergen of using $163,750 in 2023-24 Community Development Block Grant Funds for $163,750. Contract term October 1st, 2023 to September 30th, 2024 for Jerome Avenue Sewer Improvement Project, and the Borough Administrator will be the signatory on the aforesaid grant agreement. 23-320, authorized grant agreement for the Senior Center improvements using $16,000 of Community Development Block Grant Funds, term of October 1st, 2023, June 30th, 2024 for Senior Center improvements, and the Borough Administrator shall be the signatory. 23-321 is to appoint an electrical subcode official, and there exists a vacancy in the position, and the Borough Administrator and the construction official have recommended Jason Francesi be hired to fill the position. He's met all the qualifications. Annual salary $18,000. Now, it says effective Wednesday. Is it Wednesday, November 8th, or Thursday, November 9th?
It should be tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
That's Thursday, November 9th. 23-323, award auction bids. And this is pursuant
You
to,
missed 322.
you know why? Because you moved
Did it get stuck to your other one? Yeah.
322, sorry. Resolution authorizing settlement of tax appeals entitled P&T Company LPV Borough of Oakland, located at 306 Rampart Valley Road, presently pending in the tax court. A total estimated refund for the proposed settlement is $5,776.51, calculated using the 2022 general tax rate. And then 323 is to award the auction bids and may sell any personal property, and you can get a whole list of vehicle equipment and the bidders and the winning bid price, if anybody's interested. 23-324, authorized to transfer between budget appropriations, it's that time of year, and from garbage and trash recycling coordinator, $49,000, administration overtime, $500, gasoline, $20,000, for $69,500. And 23-325 is authorized refund of recreation fees, Craig Shepherd, on 35 Lakeshore Drive, for basketball, $90, and 23-326 to the RFQs for a tax appeal attorney and affordable housing attorney, which was omitted when we originally did the resolution for RFQs. Anybody wish to pull any out?
2318, please.
18 is award contract to Boswell Engineering, Seminole Construction Management. Any others?
Motion to approve?
Second?
Any discussion? Roll call.
Councilman Kalala?
Yes.
Councilman McCann?
Yes.
Pignatelli?
Yes.
Saliani?
Yes.
Lizinski?
Yes.
Palomino?
Yes.
Okay, 23-318, award contract to Boswell Engineering for construction inspection services for the improvements to Seminole Avenue, Phase 3, from Calumet to Hiawatha Boulevard.
I just want to abstain. It's happening in front of my house.
Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Kamala?
Yes.
McCann?
Whose house?
Skip his house.
Yeah.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
Pignatelli?
Yes.
Saliani?
Yes.
Lizinski?
Yes.
Palomino?
Abstain.
Final adoption of ordinance, 23 Water Capital 931. This is the capital ordinance of the Borough of Oakland in the County of Bergen, New Jersey, authorizing the making of various public improvements and acquisitions in, by, and for the water utility of the borough, appropriating therefore the sum of $800,000, and providing that such sum so appropriated shall be raised from the Water Utility Capital Improvement Fund of the borough. Is there a motion to open to the public?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Does anyone wish to get a clarification on what this means? Does anyone wish to speak?
Motion to close.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Is there a motion to adopt?
So moved.
Second?
Roll call.
Councilman Kamala?
Yes.
Councilman McCann?
Yes.
Pignatelli?
Yes.
Saliani?
Yes.
Lizinski?
Yes.
Talamini?
Yes.
We have two introductions. 23-932, introducing this ordinance. This is an ordinance amending Chapter 9, Section 1.2 of the Oakland Code related to venomous snakes. Is there a motion
So
to
moved.
introduce?
So moved.
Roll call.
Who was the second? I didn't hear. Sorry. Who seconded?
I did.
Councilman Kamala?
Yes.
McCann?
Yes.
Pignatelli?
Yes.
Saliani?
Yes.
Lizinski?
Yes.
Talamini?
Yes.
So this is about the venomous snakes. And the next one is 23 capital 933. This is an ordinance, Borough of Oakland and County of Bergen, authorizing the making of various public improvements and acquisitions in, by, and for the borough, appropriating therefore the sum of $1,325,000, and providing that such sum so appropriated shall be raised from the general capital fund balance.
So moved.
Second.
This is a motion to introduce.
Right.
Roll call.
Councilman Kamala?
Yes.
Councilman McCann?
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli?
Yes.
Councilman Saliani?
Yes.
Councilman Lizinski?
Yes.
Councilman Talamini?
Yes.
There are no items on work session. Any new business?
New business, yeah.
Yes.
I don't know, election day seemed to be a little rough. Would we want to send a letter to the county, maybe stating our concerns over how there was, the long lines, the process? I'm just thinking forward because the presidential election, we had lines out the door at 8 o'clock. On this election, I can't imagine the presidential election, so maybe we could just send a letter, our displeasure, and
Wasn't there a meeting set for the clerks to go?
The Clerks Association is putting together a subcommittee to make recommendations to the County Board of Elections of what's really happening down in the trenches to get them to be more in line with what's really going on,
Okay.
But
to
I,
make recommendations to them.
There's been a lot of talk within the county clerk's office on this, on
but
what
I,
happened.
but I do agree with Councilman Talmean. I think it's important that this governing body send a letter out to the freeholders and tell them that, this was really.
commissioners?
The commissioners, okay, them too. And, as far as, this was really unwieldy,
Send a letter.
and it did disenfranchise a lot of voters.
I think we should also include in that letter, ask them to provide an action date by when they're going to pay, make some decision regarding it
November 13th,
of next year.
this year.
Oh, no, that they would want to know what their corrective action is going to be.
Oh, I thought you were talking about
No.
the counting of the
I'd
ballots.
like to know from the county commissioners, what is their intention of correcting this and how they're going to correct it?
I was
And see
told-
if we could get it before, I would imagine, before the primary.
Well, I was told there were people that left the line. They waited so long.
Yeah, they did.
And I think Assemblyman Oth told us today that they're going to be discussing it down in,
Yep.
right, down in
Yep.
Trenton also. So it's not just us. I mean,
No, it wasn't just us,
Yeah.
believe me.
So would it be,
resolution?
would the lawyer write the letter?
I'm happy to do so. I'll circulate it to the mayor and council beforehand to review.
Make sure you use a lot of those legal terms that nobody understands but attorneys, okay? So
Any other new
I know
business?
it's official.
Old business? Okay, reports. We'll start with you, Councilman.
Where are we gonna start? I just want to say thank you to everyone for electing me once again. And I want to say thank you to everyone that participated in the election process. It's a big deal to put your name on the ballot and have the town decide whether they want you or the other person. And it takes a lot of courage. But I really appreciate the people that took the time to do this, especially Andrea Levy, John Bialy, the mayor, Eric, Pat. It's a big deal, you know. It's easy for the residents to say things and write things and whatever. You know, everyone has an opinion, but we walk the walk, and I appreciate everyone that took the time. Even the school board members. Before I forget, the school board members, they had a tough fight. This is something that I've done all my life, and I really appreciate the people that step up and do it, win or lose. It's important, and I just thank you, and that's it for today. Thank you.
Councilman?
Thank you, Mayor. Mayor, I just want to acknowledge your words from earlier today, regarding the election. Obviously, there's still votes are being counted. There is nothing definite at this time, and we both ran a very tough race, and let's see where the chips fall. And Mayor, I certainly respect the race that you ran, and that's all I have in my report. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman?
I have a couple more things to say than that. Again, I like to echo what Councilman Talamini is saying, especially to the poll workers. I mean, I think they're there, 14 hours? I think they had like a 14, 15-hour day. Really, my hat's off to them. I mean, it's grueling. I understand there were some places that had long lines. It's a new process. There was probably complaints also. So, congratulations to them on doing the best job that they could do under the circumstances. Congratulations to my fellow councilman and to Mayor Schwager. 12 years is a long time to be mayor.
Yes, it is.
You're very proud of your time here.
Thank you.
It does take a lot of work. They're right, especially the mayor's job. And I don't envy you too much, but there's a lot of time where you almost have to go to Borough Hall every day. So it's a grueling job, and it takes a lot of time. But again, like Councilman Talamini said, my hat's off to everybody who puts that effort forward. It's a good 6 months worth of work, and timetables and meetings, and so again, thank you very much. I do have a report though from. I'd like to touch on a couple of items from the Environmental Commission. We are so fortunate. I mean, Lee Heyman, the chair, has many years experience.
That's me. I'm sorry. I thought I turned it off.
She wasn't
Well,
texting.
it could be an emergency.
Yeah, you know what? I leave it on because of my husband. I do leave it on vibrate, but it's not him. So, yes, bad me.
So again, my hat's off to Lee Heyman. Lee Heyman is engineer, environmental engineer, many years of experience, and he reviewed the environmental impact statement for 342 West Oakland Avenue.
Yeah,
And he brought up a couple of things that I didn't think of, and I'd just like to reiterate what he was saying. We asked people to sign a petition, which is important, but as an elected official, I know a personal letter, goes a long way. When they see a stack with signatures, that's all they see is signatures. But when you write a personal letter, hopefully they do sit down and read them. But I'm going to make a couple of points. If you want to include it in your letter, I still suggest that you send the letter. What Lee Heyman and the council said on their environmental impact statement, it was deficient in detail with groundwater and surface water runoff. No information regarding the statement, which should be included in every environmental impact statement, that there would be no significant environmental impacts, which is very, very important for them to say. Also concerned about runoff to the Ramapo River and runoff to the residents on West Oakland Avenue. Another biggie, no soil erosion and sediment control to prevent impact on the Ramapo River. Several concerns that they voice on noise, dust and smoke, water runoff, groundwater impact, and contaminated material. The environmental impact statement does not contain sufficient information to determine the true impact of the environment. Their recommendations for them to do would be a noise study, air quality assessment, and a hydrogeological investigation. These are all really important points. I mean, I was in environmental enforcement for almost 40 years, and these are all very good, important points. We do have that on file, I would imagine, his letter. So if anybody wants to come and read it and take notes from it, it's really, really well written. And I mean, I didn't go into too many details about the noise, dust, water runoff. He went into details on each one. The paragraph, I think we all read them, right? May you read it?
Yes, I received every letter that I received, I responded, it's received, and then I forwarded to.
Lee Hayman's report.
And
Yeah,
also the
yeah,
Flood Commission's
yeah,
letter.
Yeah. So I suggest you read it. It's really very interesting. And again, thank you so much to Lee and the Environmental Commission for their work on doing this. I know right after the September 28th meeting, I asked our administrator to contact the Environmental Commission and ask them for a report. Also, the Board of Health asked the Board of Health to make a report and comment on it. These are all important, and the issues that he brought up are very important and should be pointed out to the commissioners, the Bergen County commissioners. I think if they really read it and pay attention to it, they'll see this application is really, really deficient. So thank you again to Lee, and thank you, Mayor. That's all I have.
On that, I also have a young man who is working towards his Eagle Scout badge, who is doing some investigation with the river and with the lake, so
Good,
that
yeah.
also helped. And the
Yeah,
other
Mr.
thing
Pritchett
is,
too. Mr. Pritchett's
Yes.
information.
yes, and in addition to that, there are many, I didn't realize this, did a lot of research on this, there are many protected species. And they're the ones who are going to help us fight it more than the two-legged
Good.
people that we are.
Good. Yeah.
Because they're protected, and apparently New Jersey, it's in the legislature, there is a list of the protected species, and we have photographs. I've been
really?
collecting the
Good.
photographs from some of the residents. The other thing I want to mention, when you write your letter, I was talking to some, is that my husband?
No, it's my sugar.
Oh. No, sugar level.
Sugar
No, he
diabetes.
meant sugar level.
Glucose
He's
level.
diabetic.
Glucose level.
You okay?
Yes.
All right. In your letter, one of the things that I was told by some people in other towns, we were talking about this crazy way of voting. Someone called me that morning and said, "You have to be an engineer to vote." And the second thing was,
don't make things that
one of my
complicated.
friends, she voted in another town, and when she went, and I vote by mail, so I don't know, she went to bring it over, the slip of paper with the envelope. The poll worker was looking at her ballot.
I was gonna talk about that.
That,
Yep.
they're looking at the ballots
Yep.
and was reading the ballot. So please put that in the letter also.
Confidentiality is lacking, yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Ma-
Okay,
Sorry, Mayor, before we move on, I forgot something. Can I just?
Sure.
Okay. I had received an email from a resident in the reserve asking about the traffic. So.
the speeding on
this-
Ramapo
this-
River
this-
Trace?
Yes, the speeding on Ramapo River Trace. And so I spoke with a number of people. I spoke with Mr. Yakimic, I spoke with the chief, I spoke with Rich, I spoke with Anthony.
And Steve Albert, our traffic officer.
No, I didn't.
No, you didn't speak to him?
No.
Okay.
But I was asking about a speed hump. I don't know if it's something feasible, but then also the resident is hesitant about a speed hump. But the only thing that I would like to say is just please, if you don't have to use the gates, please go over the over the Patriots Way Bridge they don't need extra traffic in those areas. It's a little bit of an inconvenience for them, and it will be for a long time. And drive a little slower. From what I understand, we don't have a speeding issue from.
We made that report.
from-
The
from
police made a report last
From the
month, yeah.
study, but if you could drive a little slower, everyone would be happier. And just in general, drive slower everywhere. And
Yes.
just, I don't know if Mr. Yukimic, if you looked into any of the speed hump at all, did you?
Well, if we do that, my first recommendation would be one that could be removed for
Right.
snow plowing.
But if you recall, the board doesn't want it.
Okay, so, I mean, and this was
Remember-
just a discussion. and
Remember, Councilor Saliani?
Yes, I remember.
They do not want a speed hump because it's noisy.
Yeah, right, and and again, there's going to be inconveniences. And if the speed hump is going to slow people down and it's noisy, well, then, sorry, it slows people down. But if, so then you have to decide, are you worried about the noise or are you worried about the speed? But again, we all have to be understanding, and I understand that they're not used to having the traffic go by in front of them, and they bought the house because it was on a slow road with basically no traffic, and now they have it, and it's going to be, just be patient and everything will be better. That's all.
Well, the second street that we learned, because I almost got killed, and I talked to our traffic officers, Pawnee, going down the hill of Pawnee.
Right.
So when you work on Round Pearl River Trace, work on Pawnee also.
So,
Councilman,
Okay, Mayor, just to follow up on the issue of
The
ballot
ballot,
security.
yeah.
Yeah, I experienced that myself.
Oh.
Twice during the process, you're coming out with that paper, you're voting on both sides, it's accessible. But what's striking to me was when I was in the booth, the woman was peeking in, she goes, "Oh, you have to push that button." She was clearly
Oh,
trying
you're
to.
kidding.
It was really interesting. But I also got complaints from other people that the same thing was happening. So, I
and
don't
other,
know.
and all, not just Oakland, it's
No,
not
no.
just Oakland.
It was, some of the complaints came from where I'm the borough attorney in Emerson and so forth. So it's an issue, it's a real issue. I don't know why people would be peering in on me, it's no secret how I was gonna vote. So, but.
But it's that
but
paper they said it's visible.
It's visible to everyone, and it's not secured.
Interesting, where I vote, they actually give you they call it privacy
They're
sleeve.
supposed to do that.
And so, you take that over, you put it in, you take it out, you put it back in the sleeve, you bring it over to the machine to feed it in, and it gives you a comfort level that nobody's watching you vote, you know who you're voting.
Yeah, it's
I don't know
another-
why they don't have that here.
It's probably one of the worst systems I've ever seen. Every time you have, whether it's a card or it's an entry into the iPad, every entry point of data is an entry point for a mistake. And it doesn't look like it's running too smoothly, and next year with the presidential
With the president,
election,
they have to
you're gonna
work
have
on it.
lines until midnight.
And I think the referendum question, particularly on your sample ballot, was so dang small.
Yes.
So darn light, I mean, it was difficult to even read. I went to the Senior Citizen Center and explained each referendum to them, because even for me, it was difficult to read.
Well, thank God the referendum on open space passed, that's all I can say.
Anything else?
Yeah, I want to thank Chopper and his group for the trunk or treat. It was a great event. The cars were spectacular. The kids had a great time. Access for All was present in a big way. What was there, 40 things of fruit? Yeah, yeah, who knew? I mean, the fruit would be that popular as a Halloween tchotchke. We ran out. We ran out of stuff, and so next year we'll know
Well, it was
more.
good
But
it
was
also had great weather.
Yeah, we had great weather. It was a great event. The costumes were great. The kids were spectacular, and the Access for All kids, we're having a group of regulars, I would say. Is that fair to say? Showing up. On the Access for All, just a quick, some budgetary items. So in August, we had $500 for Access for All as part of their line item. We paid out $209 as of 3 weeks ago, and 34 cents was paid out with $177 and $71 bills still yet to be paid. That required me getting in touch with the borough administrator. We requested a $500 budget transfer, which was approved tonight. And they had also received $213.36 in donated funds. Going forward, we add a budget transfer because we're planning for our Christmas event. And we discussed a bunch of premiums to give out.
Nice.
Globes, what was the other thing?
Globes, I forgot.
Yeah, it was globes. So the committee has new members. I believe they're friends of yours. They're very good. They're very bright. And it's really good. But Chopper, you did a great job as usual, and your group. Yeah, good job, guys. Yeah. And as a follow-up, I had discussed the swatting arrangements. There was a special training with the FBI. I had a chance to speak to the chief of police, and he was very interested in the program.
Thank you.
And he has the information.
Excellent.
And that's it.
Councilman?
Thank you. From the Sewer Committee, we are in the process of setting up a meeting with the sewer customers to be held in the Senior Center for a date in December. I should have more details at our next meeting on November 21st. From the Oakland Communications Commission, the Television Committee is still accepting donations to enable the committee to purchase new equipment and support the maintenance of existing equipment. If interested in contributing to this important initiative, please contact the TV chairman, Jim Barry, at oaklandnjtv@gmail.com. The Bulletin Board Committee continues to look for music submissions to serve as the background music of the Bulletin Board as the slides cycle through. If interested in submitting your original music, you can contact the committee chairman, Mark Albala, at oaklandnjbulletinboard@gmail.com. The OCC has no further meetings for the remainder of the year and will have their next meeting on January 22nd, 2024. Their budget and new 5-year plan passed unanimously, and the 5-year plan will be posted on the Borough website for the public to see. From the library, the OPL will be hosting a program about birding and attracting screech owls to your yard this Monday, November 13th at 7 p.m., presented by Jim Wright. They will also have Teen Jeopardy on Thursday, November 16th at 3 p.m. for middle schoolers, as well as their first meeting of the Anime Club for teens on Monday, November 20th at 6 p.m. Registration is required for all these programs. All of the regular children's programs continue to be held. However, the library will be closed on Thanksgiving and the day after.
Are
That's
they
all.
closed on Veterans Day?
I don't.
They're not?
I believe they're open.
They're open?
I believe so, yes.
And on birding, the program on birding, I was told that the area where Class B recycling wants to go, people go there for bird watching. Do you think you can make an inquiry with this person during
Sure.
the program?
I think there's a bald eagle that flies over.
We have a picture of the
it-
eagle,
yeah.
but I heard they watch birds.
Okay.
That's what I'm told. Councilman?
No report from DPW. Shade Tree, we're still looking for one more member to sign up, so please sign up. Recreation, please check the website for current signups that are going on. And that's really all I had from a report standpoint. I do want to thank the candidates who ran. Congratulations, and appreciate everyone putting himself out there. I also want to thank the team at Borough Hall. Last night they were there till about midnight, dealing with the delays in the voting and working. So everyone worked really hard as well. So, and Mayor, as the election goes, we'll have more conversations, and appreciate yourself, Andrea, and John, the campaign you ran.
Thank you. At this time, motion's open to the public.
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone wish to speak? Does that mean you want to speak?
Chop Russo, 392 Rampart Valley Road. Thanks for the acknowledgement on the trunk or treat. We got a great team. Joe, he's big with the cars, and the weather was perfect. Kudos to Maine, she got ShopRite to donate a bunch of them. And then they turned around, they tried to charge us for $325. We ordered $325, and they brought us an additional $325. I said, well, you know, we're not in that business that we're counting the damn things. You made a delivery, so, Mame strong-armed them, and you don't have to. They honored their commitment as a gift, and that was nice
Oh,
of them.
she's so sweet, how could they refuse?
I made them an offer they couldn't.
There you go, that's a good one.
Our next upcoming event is gonna be Sunday, December 3rd, is Christmas tree and menorah lighting. There's a new three-star Lady Perpetual Help, Father Bob, so he's gonna be there. And our favorite rabbi from the Chabaz in Franklin Lakes.
Chabad.
Chabaz.
You got it, it's in the throat.
He's got a lot of chutzpah, I know that. We always make him go second, and you can't make the new person go first. Danny's working on the truck light parade. It's gonna be, what, at least a half an hour this year?
Oh, it's
A lot of
growing.
invitations went out.
Okay.
Different,
Thank you so much. It's gonna be great.
Emergency services and that, so we'll see who
Yeah,
responds.
Danny, to
Looking
his
forward
credit,
to
is
that.
really running with this. Santa's all set. Toys for Tots with the Marines is gonna be on Saturday, December 9th, at 12 at Bush Plaza. Okay, we've already figured out how we're gonna lay everything out. You know, yeah, to the side. Yeah, don't worry. We know it's lawsuit city.
Chopper, somebody, I wasn't in the office, I was with my husband earlier, and somebody dropped off a box for Toys for Tots. My office.
Yeah, through Oakland Chamber of Commerce.
Oh, so people could put toys in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they dropped the box by me.
Okay.
They're all over, yeah. Different businesses throughout the town will
Okay.
have them. So it'll be good. Oakland does so well with that they wound up giving us a double time spot versus what they do with other towns. And then we get our own Santa, wink, wink. And because the other Santa gets a little bit beat up by the time he gets to Oakland, so our Santa can stay even when the train leaves, so it's good. Yeah, it's another great thing about Oakland.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
we got,
Great town.
town spirit and everything, and thank you, that's it.
Anybody else? Motion to close?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye?
Oh, Mayor, excuse me, I double checked, and I apologize, it is closed on the 10th, Friday.
Friday
In
open and
observance of
Saturday?
Federal.
Oh, it's open Saturday.
Yeah, you're right, it's closed on Friday, the 10th.
And bills to be paid.
Bills to be paid, $3,187,083.98. So moved.
Second.
If you read the bills list, you can vote. Roll call.
Councilman Kamala?
Yes.
McCann?
Yes?
Pignatelli?
Yes.
Saliani?
Yes.
Sleszinski?
Yes?
Talamini?
Yes.
Motion to close.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Next meeting is right here, no, it's on a Tuesday, because that's Thanksgiving week, so it's Tuesday, November 21st, 7 PM.